Okay, this is John up in Anchorage, Alaska. Gonna attempt to change out the dash lights on my daughter's 1997 Rav4, Toyota Rav4. And one thing about it, I was told, even though this is a 97, if you look down here on the door, you'll see it says date 06/97. So I was told if that date is 06 and later, that they would consider some of the parts on this vehicle as a 98 RAV4 versus a 97. So I brought that to the dealership and he said, oh, same bulbs. And what it is the speedometer and the fuel gauge and the tachometer lights are out. And basically you're talking about 4 bulbs, which I had to order from the dealer because O'Reilly's and Napa didn't carry what I thought was the correct bulb. They definitely don't carry the ones with the little green plastic shading around it. Anyway, first thing you got to do is take out that screw up top there. It's one single screw, and then just gingerly pop this out. It's got a couple of clips that hold it in there. See how that popped? And then gingerly pop this side. And you can just be careful with it, and then just kind of roll this thing out. It's kind of funny how this likes to be sort of like a puzzle to get all this stuff out. You might have to play with it a little bit, tweak, bend this plastic a little bit. Yeah, you can see the way those little clips that pop, those are what you're popping when you go to sleep. I had trouble with this last time. Trying to get it past. I'm going to stop this video so I can use 2 hands. Anyway, okay, yeah. See, I just had to pop everything's kind of bendable here, so I have to pop it past that using 2 hands. And I'll just get this out right here. So that's what you pop out first. See that little, it's a single screw up top up there. Anyway, and then you're left with 4 screws, and actually yeah, because you see this screw right there, that's just for the lens that covers it, covers everything. But really the screws you need are the ones on the white outer cowling, I guess you might call it. And there's 4 of those there and there. So I'm gonna go at taking, by the way, I had to go with a short screw so I could fit a screwdriver up there when I took that first one out. And I just went with this, and then now I'm gonna go take these ones out. I'm gonna pause the video for me, not for you. Yeah, something I forgot to mention which common sense will show you before you even get started on this thing, is you'll find out right away you know, to give yourself room. You'll have to tip your steering column all the way down. You know, your steering wheel. You'll have to tip it all the way down to give yourself room. So I got all those 4 screws out. Got those out, and then you'll see. Now they recommend you disconnect the negative on your battery before even starting this, which you can choose to do or not. I chose not to. I'm just trying to be real careful. And this thing just kind of starts coming out of here. Another little bit of a puzzle to maneuver this out. It's kind of funny how they, you know, I imagine somebody who does this every day, they just, oh, I see what's going on. I need to get my steering a little bit out of the way there. Give me, there, oh, comes right out. Yeah, now, you don't have much slack though, see, because that cable back there is holding on to it. But what you can see is, it's like a circuit board on the back side of this. Not much slack. See those cables? Shoot, I might have to get a flashlight for you. Yeah, see, it's like a circuit board back there. And you got a lot of cables tying you in to the main circuitry. And so you can't, at least I haven't, I'm afraid to just yank everything out of there. I try to keep things as simple as possible. I don't want to disconnect something I shouldn't disconnect. Yeah, the reason they tell you to, you know, you're supposed to deactivate your airbag. I chose not to. I don't think I'm going to affect it. But these little guys, the light bulbs that I'm changing out, and there's only 4 of them, are, I'm going to do away with this light. I'm hoping you can still see. They look, that's this one here, which I changed this one out before. I bought this bulb from O'Reilly's Automotive, and it's not exactly the same as what I bought from the dealership, which look like this. A little bit different. The socket's the same, but the bulb is a little bit fatter. Plus they got these little rubber, you know, shades, I guess, and they fit a lot. Yeah, one thing I wanted to show you is they basically have 2 different types of bulbs back here. One being the ones I'm changing out is the, I guess you would call it a bigger bulb. That's all these gray little twist outs. Then they got the smaller ones that are these black ones. And I went to the dealership, got a wiring diagram of that dash cluster, and it shows you there's only 2 different types of bulbs. There's the 83101s, which is what I purchased, and then there's the 83100Bs, which I believe are the, you know, the smaller, maybe dummy lights that you might have to change out. I don't have to change those out. They all seem to be working for me, but the odometer lights all went out on me when I purchased what I think is the wrong bulb from the auto store, and now I'm having to change out 5 of them, which I only ended up getting 3 from the dealership. That was all they had. Yeah, I was gonna say, these are the ones that I ended up purchasing from the the auto shop, typical Nampa or O'Reilly's is where I picked these up, and that's what it showed in their computer that you needed for these dash lights, and they are not the same size as this bulb, and they don't have the little green shaded that I think helps. But give me a moment here. Yeah, what I was going to do is show you that these 2 bulbs are not, they don't have the same this is the store one that I bought from the store. This is the one that I bought from Toyota dealership, and check out the ends. A little bit bigger. Boy, not much difference, but this one is just a hair wider. This one here is from Toyota dealer. And I'm guessing the filaments are a little bit different too, because after putting this in on the one bulb socket that was out, it knocked all the other ones that were working, it knocked them all out, and so now I'm having to replace what should be all 5 bulbs, but I only got 3, darn it, so I'll be back. Yeah, beautiful day here in Anchorage, Alaska. There's my Ford Expedition. This is my daughter's Rav4, and anyway, we got a little bit of snow here day after Halloween. Anyway, what I wanted to show you here is these little puppies. They fit into this little socket, and it's just a simple twist, single, quarter turn, and it's just like a quarter turn lock-in. Get it in there, and then give it a little, that's it. And there's the first one. This thing's kind of blurry. And then I'm gonna have to pick and choose which other ones I want to change out. I think I'm gonna change out that one, which is the tack, and these 3. One's gonna be the gas, the gas gauge, and the other one will be the battery gauge. And I don't know. That one must just be a share between all of them. I don't know. So you got 5 of those bigger bulbs on the back here. Now these little guys, these are what I call the dummy lights, and they're the same deal. Just a quarter turn, twist it out, and I'm not going to touch them because they're working. Yeah, I took this one out of the tack, and you can see it's burnt out. You see that cloudiness on it? A little bit of black around the socket. So this one's bad, all right. And it was working before I stuck in that stupid one from O'Reilly's. Dag nabbit. Yeah, that socket looks a little burnt up, but you know, all the metal, the copper tines look okay, so I'm hoping everything's gonna work out all right. Let's see if I can get this while you watch. That's the tack side of it. I got it kind of just, oh, it's all gonna fall now when I, anyway, pop it in there, and it's slotted. The socket is slotted, and then you give it a quarter turn. Well, that felt a little tight. Okay, a little quarter turn until it stops. That's in. Yeah, that one's definitely bad too. Man, that's really discouraging that you go to an automotive shop and they look on their computer and it says to give you the wrong bulb. Because like I say, these other 5, that one, that one, that one, and those other 4, they were working before I changed out this one over here on the speedometer. And by putting in that wrong one, it knocked all 4 of these out, burned them all out with this. Like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and I pulled this one out of the left side of the gas gauge and put it all back. Okay, so I got those three in. I still got to change these 2 yet. That one, that one. I'm just gonna not even touch those for now and gingerly put this thing back in. I don't think I can do it with one hand. I might be able to. Let's see how far I can get here. Want to hit anything electrical. Have that airbag go off, huh? That'd be great. Just kind of roll it back in there. Oh, like that. There's one side. Make sure those wires aren't gonna get squished. Line up those screw holes. And wires. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I gotta get my screws going, which I got sitting right there. Put this thing back together. Yeah, something I recommend is using a magnetic tip screwdriver, because I would hate to lose one of these screws and have it drop where you can't get to it. And don't over tighten. It's just plastic down there. Just give it a, you know, oh, I wouldn't even know the PSI on that tightening, but everything, when I put it together before, I didn't reef down on the tightening, and it held together just fine. We got a few rattly roads up here in Alaska, and nothing seemed to shake loose. Hey, boy, this thing is blurry. These iPhones, no comment. This is the i6 I'm using here. Oh, I see what's going on. It was trying to focus on the steering wheel. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going, you know, 2 fingers tight with that screwdriver. You know, in other words, don't go with the hand. I just use 2 finger tight. Good enough. And then, well, I think you got the idea on screwing this back together. So yeah, I think, you know, this lens comes off. Wouldn't be a bad time to clean that out, which I did end up doing the last time I took this apart. I didn't know what I was doing, and I took these 4, or actually, I think it's, yeah, it's just 2 screws. And then it has, these here have little, they sort of pop in. You gotta watch out. You don't want to, and they're like tab locks, I guess you call it, where you have to take your thumb and unlock the tabs on there. So this lens, it only has 2 screws, which, you know, take your 4 off of here, pull it off of there, and then undo these to get the lens off, and that'll give you access to the gauges up here if you had to change those out, I imagine. I don't know, I didn't have to do that. Anyway, FYI for those looking to access the gauges, is you got to be careful of these tabs when you go to take that lens off, because those are easy to break. Oh, there's tabs over on these end ones too, down here. There, 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 there. Before I go much further, which I probably should have done before I put the, I'm gonna see if it's dark enough to, yeah, see, all my dummy lights are working. But let me try the headlights here and see how it looks. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I got my, yeah, that bulb is much brighter, much different than that. And then there's, see, I put the one on the left side, so that's got my gauge, my gas gauge, but not my battery. And then there's my tack. It looks lit up too. Nice. My daughter should do okay with that until I get the other bulbs going. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, trying to get this dang thing back in. Just have a heck of a time getting it past the top part there. And I'm afraid I'm going to have to use two hands because I don't want to bust anything. It's pretty cold out here. And plastic might be too brittle, so I'm gonna have to shut this off. Yeah, boy, it's kind of rough, but basically I tipped it. I had the bottom where it needed to be and sort of rolled it in. The top I had to really push down hard to get it to go past the dash up there, so it didn't break. Just be aware that thing's tough to get out of there. And so I got there's two little clips. There's one clip here on this side, one clip here on this side that you have to kind of just snap back in. Push on that. Oops. And then push on that. You can hear it kind of back in there. And then all I got to do is put the screw back in right there, which I'm going to do right now with my little multi-driver tip. Just so I can have enough room. And yeah, don't really need to reef on it, so I just go finger tight, man. It holds good. There you have it. Everything's still working. Yeah. So, good luck to you. Hope I helped out.